Why is it in there? Speaking. Oh, yeah. That's one. I said I know better than to put to the text, just like I did, because that's what we work.
Agreed.
What happened? I got kicked out. Just 1 second, Mrs. Holly. Well, that'll give you time to get set up also.
Okay.
Need to hit record. Hold on just a second.
And record whenever you want to.
Huh?
Never record whenever you want
It's
to.
already
Did you
recorded.
ever watch the school?
Oh, good.
School board meetings?
Is it? It's
The school board meetings on 15-20 minutes before you guys come out of executive. They turn that right on the hour when it's supposed to start.
Yep, turn it right on.
So if you don't come out till quarter after, you just sit there and look at a popcorn.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing to see here.
Unless it's sooner or later, though, now.
Believe me, we're all watching the clock, well, whoever's talking is talking.
This way I can see if somebody's coming in. Camera off.
He's there, Pat. He's there. He's gone.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
Oh, gone. He got there, okay? Oh, come on, homesick yet? Then you
There we
shared it to you.
All right.
I texted him to let him know we're home. Hope you had a great day. He hasn't responded to me since. Wish we had a good time.
Okay, now I can see if somebody's joined.
Really.
Okay,
He was, he followed, he didn't know what to do himself.
thank you for your patience.
I'm little, yeah.
All right, ready? So I understand that Scout Rivera is here this evening. Would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? All right, thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, so this is the August 22nd Board of Supervisors meeting. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda and any amendments, and what I'd like to do, if the board allows, is make a motion to amend the agenda to add Tara with her I-8611 update under public comment, letter B, right after Joe Lorah. Well, I'm assuming that's you. Nice to see you.
Sure.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. All right. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Can we please have a report of executive session?
Sure, the board met immediately before this evening's meeting to discuss real estate and litigation and personnel, in executive session. No decisions were made, no votes were taken.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There was also an executive session this afternoon at 2:30, where personnel, was discussed. No decisions were made, no votes were taken. And then that brings us to public comment on non-agenda items. So we welcome Mr. Lorah from Blue Ridge Cable, who will give us a presentation on what Blue Ridge is up to.
Hi, thank you for the invite. About a month ago, I sent a notice out to the township saying that Blue Ridge is gonna be putting in fiber optic throughout the township. It's a project we announced, thank you, please. No. It's a project we announced, geez, in 2022. We started in Lancaster County, and now we're in Monroe County and Carbon County. We're still finishing, we didn't finish Lancaster County yet, we're moving over. So as we move into each town, we always give the township a heads up first that we're gonna be coming in. And then what happens next is we'll notify the residents. That they're gonna notice our working area, that way they're not calling and saying, why is there a truck in front of my house, why is there a truck down the street? You know, what's going on, I didn't order any service, why are you here? So we kind of give everyone a heads up of what's happening. And then after they come in and say, what does this mean? What is fiber? How's it benefit the community? Well, first of all, and that's why you're applauding, it gives you faster speed, symmetrical speeds. So right now, our fastest speed, we offer great service. Our fastest speed is 2 gig down, but only 40 up. With fiber, you're gonna have 8 gig down, 8 gig up. So whatever your download speed is gonna have a matching upload speed. So even if you take our lowest package, say if you take 100, you're gonna have 100 down, 100 up. And it's the same price right now as our 100 package. So it's not like there's not a price difference. So if you have 100 now with the normal internet you have, when we get fiber to the home, you're gonna get better service, faster upload speed, same price. So that's a huge benefit to the residents. A benefit to us is it's more, and the residents is more reliable. So there's less chance of conditions to the weather, and we all know the Poconos has great weather, right? So those harsh weathers, it holds up better than coaxial cable does. So better, more reliable, faster speed. It's great for the consumer. So we're building out a whole system. It's like a $250 million plus project that we're doing investing. It's all private money. This isn't any of the government money that everyone's hearing about probably. It's none of the taxpayer money. It's all private investment. So what we did, and then said, can you give us something like a handout or something that we could use to kind of, and the marketing department throw something together quickly, but very efficiently. I'm gonna leave a bunch here extra. You can do whatever you want with them. But I'll also give you my business card. If there's any other questions, just feel free to shoot me.
Thank you.
And that always emails me, now we're friends now. But yeah, any questions, feel free to reach out. It's, I forgot to go one more thing. This is I've been with the company 16 years, and this is our third upgrade now that we've done, of a big scope. We've increased our speeds throughout the years, but this is like the third big one. But this, with fiber, it kind of future-proofs everything. So we don't have to, if something gets upgraded 10 years from now, we just have to swap things out in our head end. We don't have to go back on the plug again and everything. So it's really future-proofing our whole footprint. And businesses are gonna love this too. Your businesses are gonna love this because they've been asking for the faster upload speeds. So
Does this mean no more buffering?
no more buffering. As long as you got good Wi-Fi inside the house. Some of our customers complain that you're not getting proper speed inside the house. But when we tested, to the modem, it's fine. It's their Wi-Fi. You know, they might have an old router. Actually just happened to me, I work for a cable company. I'm like, my internet's not working. You know, the router's 5 years old. Okay, replace the router, it's fine. So the internet service was great. I actually don't have Blue Ridge where I live. At our astound. Yeah, so I know the pain of our customers because I just went through it myself. Try to blame the internet company, but it wasn't the internet company's my equipment. Any other questions?
You have a timeline?
Yes, so right now it's in the design phase, which I'm told will be about another month. And as early as next month, we might see some activity. As we do some preliminary swapping out some things that need to be swapped out. But probably they said 2 to 3 months, that's when you'll see the heavy activity. Now, my next question, I'm sure your next question is, when's it gonna be done?
Right.
That I don't know, because they said it's still in the design phase, so we don't know how long it's gonna take until we can get done design. So I can follow up with you guys when I get more of a timeline.
Right.
And if you want, I can also shoot you an email and say, hey, crews are gonna start hitting the roads heavily, this week.
That
Right.
would be
I'll
helpful.
give you a heads
Right.
up.
Yeah.
And do you know, and I mean, it's still in design, I guess, but I think you know already, I presume, how much is underground, how much is above ground?
But basically whatever is above ground now and underground now is gonna be pretty much the same.
You're not gonna try to put more underground,
Unless it's easier,
right?
you know, there could be a rotting pole or something, there might be a reason to do it.
Right.
We're not gonna say, no, everything, it's not a law, it's rule of thumb is everything that's above ground now.
Right.
is above ground.
Okay,
And every customer will get fiber. It's not
Yep.
just to a certain point, right?
No, everything goes, and it goes right to their home.
From the street to the home.
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah, we're not gonna pick and choose neighborhoods.
Yes, I just didn't know if you got to a certain point.
No, it's if you have Blue Ridge now, you have fiber to the home.
That's good. That'll be a question.
Because our whole plant has to convert over, so we can't keep two types of plants on one system, so everybody has to be converted over.
Do you know how many cable users there are in Middle Smithfield? I'm just curious.
I think TV, there's about 1,400 TV subscribers, but internet, I think it's 4,000.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone's cutting the cord and going to streaming services
Right.
Yeah,
and getting the internet, so. Yeah, we probably passed about 5,000 homes, I think. Last time I looked, I looked when we talked
yeah.
originally, but I hope I'm saying the right numbers.
Okay.
Cool,
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you very
anything
much
else?
for
Just
making-
shoot me an email.
The trip.
You come back again next month, I can do that, anything, appreciate it.
All right.
right.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. All right, that brings us to you, Ms. Chris. Tara, Chris and Tara.
Chris and Tara, yes, so, for the record, my name is Tara Mezzanani, and I am in the role of IABWG 611 coalition person, whatever you want to call me, liaison to several municipalities. I also have some good news, since our last meeting, which is why I wanted to come back so quickly and take up a little bit of your time. I believe you guys might have been the first ones to pass the resolution. That was extremely helpful. At that time, because had we not done that, we'd be here now saying, let's pass that resolution, when in fact, we've moved pretty far along regarding those asks. So first and foremost, you were supporting Knowlton and Hardwick Township's request for consultation with the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation and the Council on Environmental Equality. Those are right under the president. They oversee all the environmental, one of them does all the environmental reviews, and the other one is all about the laws related to historic and cultural resources. Since Knowlton and Hardwick had already passed that, I had already made a phone call and had made contact with ACHP. And through that conversation, I probably would have told you that I had a conversation with a gentleman, the head of the Federal Highway Administration, historic resources for the whole agency, for the whole country. Well, what happened after that is I did receive a phone call from Federal Highway Pennsylvania, who is, fully immersed in what's going on right now with 611. So the reason she called is she wanted me to know that Federal Highway DC, and she's representing the Federal Highway DC, Federal Highway New Jersey, because that's the New Jersey projects, the NJDOT projects on I-80, as well as Chief Federal Highway East Pennsylvania. She's representing, of course, the 611 projects. You have a rock wall project and you have retaining wall projects. That's what we're talking about. And she wanted to let me know. Oh, because I sent her an email before this phone call. She wanted to know what are the questions for this meeting that we're wanting to have. And she wanted me to know that they had reviewed the question. The team have reviewed these questions. They found them valid, reasonable, and very much so deserving of this conversation. So I believe, Annette, And Mike, I think you guys have received emails about this federal highway meeting, but I don't think Mark, because I don't have your email address. And now's the time, if I may, to make sure you're involved as well, and I'll tell you why. She said she wants to hear, it would be very helpful to hear the concerns from the local officials. So this is really high level at this point. I'm very comfortable doing what I've been doing at similar high levels, speaking to the resolutions you've passed. So I can speak to the positions you've had, and it's very clear that in this environment, that I am not speaking for the municipalities, except for those that have appointed me as liaison, and Sarah, please speak for us. But even then, I don't want to be speaking, even for the ones I'm the liaison for. It just doesn't feel like it's my place, except to always say what I'm speaking to has already been put on record in these resolutions. In this case, it would be so wonderful if one or all, this is the more the merrier party, the better represented we are, the better it demonstrates to the important people, because this one's gonna have the minutes, this one's gonna have a record of questions, this one's gonna have a formal document attached to it, that you are not only, the municipality was represented by elected officials, but that you did speak for some of the points. So I'm going to do what I do, and that is provide thoughts on things you've shared in your resolutions that are specific to Middle Smithfield, before this comes up. So I just wanted to let you know, it's, I don't know how quick it's gonna come up. She suggested it's gonna come up pretty quick. They wanna move on this. So let me tell you quickly why they wanna move on this and why this really matters, why we were asking for this. We're asking for this because I was talking about there is a way to integrate the environmental review stuff and the historic resources review stuff. This is not about, we want to make changes to the projects, stop the projects, or in opposition to the projects. This is all about statutory, legal required process. NJDOT fumbled that football over and over, and we didn't mind. PennDOT, unfortunately, and Federal Highway Pennsylvania, not being able to even get a permit to get that 611 open, I'd like to say they fumbled that football therefore as well. They were not able to do things in an efficient manner. When it comes to these projects that are going to be in formal preliminary engineering, they're going to be in formal, either I say it's going to be an EIS, an environmental impact statement for the one on 611. NJDOT has diddled around with an environmental assessment that's been going on since 2018. Laws today say 2 years. Those laws change. We didn't mind that again. So we are at a wonderful, rare chance right now to have built the table that we're now going to have a seat at by pointing out that nobody has ever, in this area, meaning PennDOT, NJDOT, Federal Highway New Jersey, Federal Highway Pennsylvania, they've never dealt with this level of complexity before. And they've demonstrated their inability to move quickly and efficiently. And on every level, we should expect that. Taxpayer and suffering public, the whole gamut. So we have, the table's been created, we've been heard. Again, I thank you for being able to show such a robust packet. It's now Stroudsburg, Stroud, Middle Smithfield, Smithfield. Should be Upper Mount Bethel on Monday, Lower Mount Bethel, Knowlton, Hardwick, and Warren County. I knew they were going to, but that just happened Wednesday. So we have quite the packet of demonstrations. So I want you to know what you're a part of.
Right.
And I appreciate just even your trust in hearing me when, you know, I was here, you guys were the first ones and you were just like, yeah, obviously, yes, let's support this. So, thank you for that. I may have your email address and now you know what's coming, why. And I will,
Thank you.
so once supposedly, she said she was gonna send out a doodle poll about with some dates for this meeting. That sounded a little too almost cozy, like too normal. I mean, NJDOT was not like this. So that may or may not happen, or we may just get like 3 options and we're replying to which of those options. The managing part that I'm gonna do is, once that goes out, I'll be pecking at you to make sure. So a doodle poll, I can see who responds traditionally. If there's something that happens where I can't see who responds, I'm gonna be asking for a quick response to let me know that you're responding, if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
It's game time,
Yeah.
young team, so thank you for that.
Thank you for all you
Thank you
do.
for the update.
It's all working.
Yeah,
Much at stake. Any questions?
sounds like a newsletter article to me.
If you can write it.
You may. It has layers. It does have layers. It
Yeah.
has layers.
Yeah.
It's hard
If
to.
you wanna send something to me, I can definitely get it in. This is way out of my
Yeah.
comfort zone to write, so if you wanna, it's,
Send her the PowerPoint.
Even a photo and a caption of the most important points that you would wanna, because
I think-
people always look
We've been
at,
heard.
they always look at pictures,
Mhm.
people always look at the
it can be,
pictures
it
and
can
read
be
the
just a
caption.
brief summary, and if you
Yeah.
need anything, just a
Well, I'll tell you
call
what,
to action.
I think I'd rather watch evidence of action
Mhm.
on their part.
Right.
So, and I think
Right.
that's the point at which I would be feeling responsible and obligated to post that kind of thing anyway.
Mhm.
So how about we get that going and then I would spend the time
Sure,
to create that.
sure,
That work?
That works.
that
for me.
works
Okay,
fine.
thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
Tara, safe home.
Thanks.
All right, and that brings us to announcements, just a few. So we have, an Eagle Scout project in the audience that is on later, in the agenda, Matthew Rivera, but congratulations to Jordan Oni, who just achieved his Eagle Scout on August 11th.
Thank you.
And is now safely on his way to, or packed in already at the
Yeah.
Eastman School of Music.
So,
So I'm sure Mike and I want to congratulate you again for the
Thanks.
minutes.
thanks.
All right, Memory Makers has been postponed to September 28th, just getting that out there again. We should be closing on the golf course on August 27th. So just getting that out there for any residents who may not yet have heard. The United Way Day of Caring is September 11th. So if you'd like to join the township in supporting that cause. And the township has a Meals on Wheels donation box out in the hallway. So those are just a few things that we wanted to point out. Holly, is there any correspondence?
No.
And Holly is acting as township secretary this evening. So thank her for that. Mike, that brings us to the treasurer's report.
Yeah, just if you will, I don't know if it's announcements or correspondence, but I wanted to say for the minutes and for the public that on August 16th, I was at a motor vehicle accident. I wasn't involved in it. But it was pretty bad. Car flew into the woods with a kid, 6-year-old kid in the back seat. I won't go through all the particulars, but I want to publicly commend Shawnee Fire Department, Marshall's Creek Fire Department, Bushville Ambulance, and Lehman Pike Ambulance. I was there from beginning to end. And I would say that they all worked seamlessly, they all work together. With the patients in mind and, I think it was a sight to see and I commend them for working so well together as if they've always been part of the same team. So I just wanted to say that publicly to thank everybody.
Thank you.
So that said, I'll move on to treasurer. Motion from our general account, $72,853.34.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye. Motion from our sewer account, $75,660.12.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye. Motion from our golf account, $15,468.39.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye. A motion from our liquid fuels account, $15,305.07.
I'll second.
Oh, go ahead.
Mark seconds. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye. That's it.
Thank you. Solicitors report?
I have nothing specific to report tonight unless there's something that the board has.
Engineers report, there is no engineer this evening. That brings us to old business, which would be TextMyGov. So
Yeah, and last meeting, you conditionally approved it, subject to a couple of things. They've agreed to my revisions, those are incorporated into that document you have in front of you. And the other piece to this was TextCaster, your current provider, goes through April of 2025. And I believe TextMyGov was willing to give you a little bit of a rebate or credit or however you want to look at it, given the fact that you can't cancel the existing one if you were to go with TextMyGov now.
yeah, thank you for doing that.
Okay.
And also, oh, poor Joe Lorah left, but thank you for also getting all the residents a refund on the Middle Smithfield Township franchise fee from Blue Ridge Cable for July. So, all right, Revitalize 209 grant application.
Well,
There was
do you
nothing.
want to take I think you already
We
conditionally
already-
approved it.
we already
Do you want to
approved it.
authorize executing it or, I mean, that's up to
Sure.
you.
Sure, I'll make a motion to execute the TextMyGov contract.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we have on the agenda under old business, Revitalize 209 grant application, Dr. Nails. So there's no action to be taken on that this evening because we don't have their updated paperwork yet. Excuse me?
Campbell Creek survey.
Oh, that's at the end,
Oh, I thought it was on this page.
under, yeah, that's all the way at the end. Well, if you'd like to mention it now, I guess.
No, go ahead.
I could have done it under announcements too, but just as a reminder, the township does have on its website the survey for Sambo Creek, to rename Sambo Creek. So if anyone would like to take that survey, they certainly may. Just visit our website, and we thank the Monroe County Planning Commission for putting that up there for all the municipalities, and you can find background information there too. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, so without further ado, that brings us to new business, which would be Matthew Rivera and his Eagle Scout project.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to thank all of you for your time today and really allowing me to do this project for this day. My name is Matthew Rivera and I'm from East Stroudsburg's Troop 83. Although I live right down the road, and so that made me want to do this project for the county. I was able to complete, previously I presented to you my Eagle Scout projects at Echo Lake Park, where I informed you that I would be building 2 push-up bars in Eagle and Echo Lake Park. This first page is the original plan and where I planned on building the push-up bars. So now if we go to the next set of photos, this is the project completed. We made 2 push-up bars, one higher than the other and one lower than the other for a variety of workout. And it really was great. We got a lot of feedback as well. When we were building the project, we even had some ideas, thinking maybe we should lower the larger push-up bar. And we were by a bodybuilder, and he actually said, no, this is actually better how it is. Because you can work out, do a different workout to work your delts than rather than get a lower push-up bar and indeed workers. So also we saw a boxer while we were motion, and we asked him what he thought about the projects, and he said it's really good, it's a really nice addition to the park and for people to do their workouts. So we really got amazing feedback, and it really felt nice hearing nice words conveyed from other people.
Sure.
So with Mr. Rain's permission, we also got to fix already one of the projects that was broken. As you can see there, it was pretty damaged. Someone could have got themselves injured. So we asked Mr. Chris Rain if we could fix it, and he said no problem. So we got to that, and it looks good as new. It's amazing. We also redid the mulch on all the other previous projects. So it looks fresh, and we got that prepared just for the event that happened in July. The township had a park event. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because I was in California for the program. But it was great knowing that I got it done just in time, so people could actually use it on the day of the event. So it was really nice knowing that. It was perfect timing. So I wanted to again thank you all for this opportunity and being able to give back to the community with my Eagle Scout projects. And to conclude, if you have any questions, concerning.
Can you send us some of those photos and we can put it in the newsletter?
Yeah, he's got, yeah.
Give me an email.
I can give you my email.
Sure.
Yeah, and before you leave, I'd like to take a picture with you well, actually, we can do that now. We can take a picture if you would like to stand next to, yeah. We'll do that.
Perfect, then you have the back, but here.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking at the camera too. There we go. Oh, if you keep talking, the camera will follow you and you'll be immortalized forever on YouTube. Okay, terrific. Thank you.
How many stations do we have now? Wow.
5 or 6.
You want it 12?
So we're almost halfway
It
there.
was, right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you're doing 12 stations, one for each Boy Scout law, right?
Yeah, even there's new Boy Scouts coming in, so I definitely convey the idea to you guys.
Did Chris sign off on your paperwork, or you have to wait to go to council?
That's
Right.
Oh, yeah. But I think you have.
I signed it?
You signed
Okay.
the original,
Okay.
yeah, so you were debating, right, because they have.
Do you have to go to the council first?
He has to, well, you would have to sign it, right?
You have to sign it before I put it
I
in.
can
Yeah,
sign
you
it,
have to
whatever you
sign
want,
it.
I can sign that.
So council's the last signature.
Okay,
Yeah, I think he has to review it with his master, right?
Okay.
And so maybe we come back to.
no problem.
Come back.
Here's my email address.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, just get a hold of me.
We'll come back then on the next meeting.
Okay,
Stick it up on review
cool.
So.
That's it.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very much, Mr. Rivera. So, yeah, we're halfway there on the fitness station over at Echo Lake Park. Thank you. All right, the next is a resolution. I believe this is,
Make a motion to approve resolution 08/2024-2 is a
Second,
any comments or questions?
Joinder deed is in Monroe Lakes. Information.
Yeah, Meola and Pachucki. All
Second.
right, any comments or questions? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to confirm the temporary hires of Pedro Rivera and Elias Pena, both of which are $15 an hour, Pedro is 40 hours a week. Elias, because of his college, is somewhere between 24, 30 hours a week as well.
Second,
Any comments or questions? And how long are they engaged for? I think. the
End of
first time-
September.
Yeah, because I think the first time we made a motion for Pedro. The time that it was on the 20, I think the July 25th or something, you had to leave. And we said mid-September, so that,
Yeah, I told him end of
that
September, so,
matches.
yeah.
Okay, so there was a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any public comment? Yes, ma'am.
So, maybe bringing up old news, but I think the resort at Palm Creek and that whole big rig, because we bought up the country club golf course purchase.
Mhm.
So, that area with the bridge, I'm not sure, I guess I was out of the loop for a while on that. But, they put the boulders, to keep people from crossing over. When you see kids riding their bikes sometimes or walking across that bridge, I don't know how dangerous it is at this point. I mean, in terms of liability, I don't know if I'm thinking someone's gonna put a sign like, do not cross, do not touch or something. And there's nothing there, so I don't know, again, the boulders are there, but just what yesterday or the day before, there was a woman like walking, I guess exercising. So again, sometimes people fishing over that little bridge, I just don't know how dangerous that is at this point, if it's collapsing.
Well, if they make it over, it's not that bad, but I mean, we can, certainly add a sign, something, to dissuade people beyond the rocks and everything.
Yeah, like maybe on both sides of the,
Right.
thank you.
recommendation.
Yeah, thank you for your concern. Any other public comment? Anybody?
Just thank you.
I don't see anyone on Zoom.
Well, just do.
Motion to
Okay,
adjourn.
second, any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you all.
And Matt, did you second that?
To adjourn? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. And I think once you turn it off, it goes automatically.